Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
My leg's asleep. My leg is asleep. Jesus, why? I should have put on lashes for this. Lashes would have been bomb. Here's a picture of what I actually look like right now because this lighting is not giving me any justice. Doing justice. Giving me justice? I don't know what's going on. I'm in pain. Hi. My name is Victoria. Welcome to my channel. My camera keeps refocusing and I need you to calm down, friend. I don't know what you got going on, but calm down. Hi. My name is Victoria. So, welcome to my channel. I do this lovely thing on my channel. Sometimes I'm doing a reaction, sometimes I'm telling Am I the A-hole story, sometimes I'm doing it while I do my makeup, and sometimes I'm talking about weight loss. Today, we're doing Am I the A-hole while I do my makeup, and I call it a Get Reddit with me. We're just gonna get started because in all honesty, I look a hot mess and I really don't like that. So, subscribe to my channel. I make videos on Tuesdays and Fridays of every week. I don't think I've missed a week yet. So, subscribe to my channel. I'm on the floor of my bedroom right now, so don't come for me. But yeah, let's get started. Today's video is a doozy. Not a doozy in the sense of like hard. It's a doozy in the sense of like these are some things that you don't doozy. Where do we begin? Well, let's say we have a big old happy family. We have a brother and a sister and two cousins. So we have a brother, we're gonna call him Tom, and he has a sister named Rebecca. And Tom and Rebecca are they're pretty close. You know, they have a good relationship, as siblings should, I believe. And if you don't, that's okay. But they have a pretty good relationship, and because of that, they have, you know, each of them are married, and they have their children have good relationships. Is what I'm trying to say. Their kids have good relationships too, kind of. So Rebecca has a daughter, and we'll say her name is Cynthia. Cynthia is what whatever the guy's name is, I forgot his name. I gave him a name already. Cynthia is what the brother would call busy. He refers to her as being busy because she's always doing something. You know, she has a little blog. She's like 12. She has a little blog. She has a little thing going on. She's, you know, popular for 12. And she's just, you know, a busy 12-year-old. And because of that, she has the tendency to come off as a little rude, because when you're busy and you're, you know, around a bunch of people all day and everybody's telling you how great you are, you forget to be humble. And if you're not being taught to be humble, that can end up being a very serious issue. And he himself says that like his sister is really proud of her, as she should be, because, you know, I'd be proud of my babies too if I had any. And she's really proud of her, but she doesn't tend to correct her behavior when she's wrong. So our brother Rick, I think I said his name was Rick. Can't remember the name I gave him, but he has his own child, and she's around the same age as Cynthia, roughly like the same age. Cynthia is, like I said, she's a go-getter. She's not really like, oh, she's not really like, oh, I'm here to play. I'm here to do this. She's always talking about herself. Because she's always talking about herself, she's clearly really only there for herself, as she would be, because she's not being taught otherwise. And her behavior comes out at the best and the worst of times. So our Redditor has a daughter, as I said. And she's not as much of a go-getter as Cynthia is, because she's a little younger and she's just not that type of person. I definitely sure as hell wasn't a go-getter, at least not till I got to high school. So, you know, we are who we are. And with that, she was out playing with Cynthia. Cynthia had this little thing going on. She was shooting pictures for her little blog or whatever. Girl, you're 12 with a blog? Listen, we love you, sis. We love a little sister that knows what she wants. But her behavior in this instance was incredibly rude. So her little cousin went up to her and said, I want to take pictures too, because she wants to take pictures for the blog. And she has a pretty dress on. She's like, I want to take pictures too. And she's like, ew, no, you can't take pictures in my blog. I don't want you in my pictures. Da 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 da. A blah blah. A bleep bloop bleep. Incredibly rude. So rude. That's so mean. It's your cousin. Like, why are you being like that? He let that slide. He was like, all right, I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. He shouldn't have let it slide, but he's like, I'm gonna let it slide. So because Cynthia's such a go-getter, and he let that slide, as I said, as he said in his thing, he let it slide. I didn't say this already, but I apologize for the poor lighting and stuff. Like, I don't have my ring light, so my next two videos are gonna look just like this, and I don't have anything to really help me in the situation because I'm just not, I'm not all the way here right now. So I apologize. But continuing on, he was like, all right, I'm gonna let that situation slide. He shouldn't have, but he let the situation slide. So then the families come together for dinner one night to hang out, and his child is struggling with some math homework. Which me too, little sis, I couldn't do math to save my life. But she's struggling to do some math homework. And because of that, they ask Cynthia to help her out. They're like, hey, do you think you could help her with her homework? And Cynthia looks at her homework and laughs at her and basically says she's stupid and this is math for babies and how does she not know how to do this math? Now I understand we're supposed to be anti what is it, like physical punishment or whatever, but a quick flick to the forehead may have done something. Like, you don't got a whooper, but I understand that, like, that's not cool anymore, or really should have never been cool, but like flicker in the forehead, flicker in the eye, because that was incredibly rude and she did it on purpose. She that was so mean, right? And she just kind of keeps going. She never really stops. She just goes on and on and on. And eventually our Redditor is like, bro, I'm done. I can't keep doing this with you. I get it. You're a smart kid, but you are doing too much. So he goes on to tell her with a straight face. Sorry, that's my mirror light. He goes on to tell her with a straight face, Cynthia, no one cares. No one cares about your extracurricular activities. No one cares about all the cool Cynthia things you do. Nobody cares. You're not that amazing. You're just like an outgoing, you're just a regular kid, right? You're not super amazing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So he tells her all that and she starts crying. And of course her mom comes in and she's like, why is my child crying? And she tells her what happened. So then they leave without eating dinner. They leave without discussing it. And he's asking, am I the a-hole for what I did? Yikes, yikes, yikes. Actually, not yikes. Usually I'd be like, yikes, but not yikes. And here's why. There is no answer for this one. I mean, yes, you are the a-hole, but at the same time, no, you're not. And here's why. He came to the defense of his child because somebody was being mean to her. And I don't care if that means your cousin, your auntie, your uncle. When you're being mean and you're being mean on purpose, you need to be corrected. Should he have done it in that way? Absolutely not. That's not how you correct a child's behavior. You tell them that they are wrong by telling them they're wrong. You don't belittle what they're doing. Yeah, she's an outgoing child. She's brilliant. And your child is brilliant too. There's absolutely no reason for you to be like, nobody cares, because that's not nice. You wouldn't want somebody to, you don't want her talking to your child that way. So why would you talk to her the way that she's talking to your child? Kids are sponges. They literally soak up pretty much everything that you say to them. And listen, I'm a sometimes paid babysitter. I am around kids from newborns to, I think my nephew is 3. I'm around kids a lot. And I understand how they think at this point. And kids quite literally, they believe pretty much anything that you tell them. But if we didn't talk about it from me knowing how little kids think, let's talk about this as a person who has been subjected to a lot of bullying. And not just bullying that came from children. I mean bullying that came from adults, which is crazy because why are you bullying a child? Now, a lot of the mean stuff that was said to and about me, it stuck with me. It sticks with me till this day. And yes, I work very hard to make sure that I do not fall into a pit of increased depression, worse depression than I already have, because that's not ideal, clearly. But I work very hard to, try and make sure that I don't become the things that were said about me by teachers of all people, especially when, like, I was not, nobody deserves that, I wasn't doing anything. But anyway, those things affected me. They stuck with me. And for me to grow up thinking that I'm going to be XYZ, or that I'm dumb, or that I'm going to be poor, or like things like that, imagine how that would feel if it was your kid. Now imagine how it would feel knowing that you did that to somebody else's child, and your sister's child of all people. This is really, like, can I say, this is like my go-to, like, red pink look, especially because I didn't have like a video plan for today. like this is that slap 3 colors on, throw some eyeliner on, and it's a look. Very simple, Victoria. Very simple. I'm an artist. Give me sponsors. Give me views. Give me subscribers. I am well rehearsed. Very well planned. Don't mind my lace and mind your business. And don't mind my nails because I'm waiting on them all to come off before I put on a new set. So, and then I don't want to do a split perspective on this one because I really do not have the mental capability, like right now, mental stamina to edit that. But for a second, let's think about this from her perspective. Nobody is teaching her that what she's doing is not okay, clearly, because she keeps doing it. Nobody is teaching her to be nice the way that she should be. And that's the danger of being, having a bunch of extracurricular activities and being popular. Not that being popular is bad, but if there's nobody actively trying to teach you, hey, that wasn't nice, or hey, don't do that, then you end up with kids that are mean as she was being to your child. And then you end up with situations like this, like the one you're in. Now, I 1000% can understand this was very in the heat of the moment, and it was probably against your better judgment. But there's always a way to avoid situations like this. You're a grown man. Talk to her. Talk to your sister. Talk to her mom. And if it came down to oh, she won't listen to me, or she thinks that that's appropriate, or she da-da-da-da, at that point, it's out of your hands. And if you're okay, this is not going to help my child, or this is going to hurt my child, there's 2 things that you can do. You can either stop being around your sister and her child, because you can't have one without the other. There's no way around that. Or you can reassure your child that she is indeed smart, that math is hard, and that she's valued and she's loved, and that her cousin is going to have a rude awakening one day, because she will. And she already got one, but she's going to get a real one from somebody else if she keeps acting that way. Y'all don't know, but I have to speed through my makeup. You can tell I'm speeding through my makeup because my wings don't match. I don't care. I'm speeding through my makeup because I have things to do. I'm kind of a mess. I mix a nude and a brown. I mean, not a nude. I mixed a pink and a brown together, and I forgot that I mix nude, and it matched my skin tone so well. You can't tell, but I'm wearing lipstick. So we're gonna throw some of this on there, and that ain't doing a damn thing for me, but who cares? All right, let me I'm pretty much done with the video, so let me fix my hair, and I'll be back. I'll never truly understand, why does mascara smell so bad? I've never liked the smell of mascara. Is that just me? Anyway, the ending result. Let's answer the question. Also, listen, I know there's a lot going on here. I don't know how to fix this. I've wet it, I've conditioned it, I don't know what's going on. So we're just gonna deal with it, okay? And everybody pretend it didn't happen. So, but the end result, answering the question, is this person an a-hole? Yes and no. At the end of the day, he was defending his kids, so I gotta say no. But at the same time, all he did was possibly mentally scar somebody because he was trying to defend somebody. And yeah, I understand it's kind of like a natural thing to want to go help your child, but you have to remember the person hurting your child is also a child. So you can't just jump out there and do what you think is right, because at the end of the day, that's somebody else's child, that's somebody else's future. And you can't just be nobody cares, Rebecca, nobody cares, Cynthia, because that's not true, number one. And number two, that's not nice. And the best thing in that situation would have been to say, number one, no, that's not true. You're smart, and this is hard math. I can't do it. That's why I asked her to help. And Cynthia, one day you're going to grow up and you're going to have problems too. Just because you're ahead of the game now doesn't mean it'll always be that way. You can tell her the truth in different ways. And yes, she would have gotten a rude awakening if it didn't come from you. She would have got it from someplace else, because that's just how life is. People don't like that, point blank, period. So yeah, it was wrong for you to do it, but it would have happened eventually, sadly. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. I don't really know how much of this is going to make it in there, because to be honest, I am tired. But I hope you liked this video. I hope you like what I said. If you didn't like what I said, leave a comment about it. If you have your own thoughts and opinions, what would you have done in this situation? Please leave a comment below. Share this video with your friends. I'm obviously on a YouTube journey. I don't really have a goal for this month yet, because I'm still overwhelmed from the 100, but I would love to gain more friends and more followers, and I am on social media everywhere. I have to change my social media properly, but I am Irrational Blooded's Cool on Instagram, and I'm the Pantsless Bugman on Twitter. I'm around, so you'll find me around. Make sure you follow me, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on Friday. All right, bye.